At the end of her last tale, Batman broke Catwoman out of Arkham Asylum to help him with a mission against Bane, but she was sentenced to death for killing a large number of individuals. Before bringing her back so that she could serve out the rest of her sentence, she asked Bruce for one thing. Welcome to the Complete Story series, where I take trade paperbacks and single issues and I break them down into digestible bites to help you understand. And then I read them dramatically back to you. All alterations to the panel, text, and images are to prevent copyright problems, and all art is owned by its respective companies. This is the storyline Rooftops, which takes place after I Am Suicide. As the night falls silent, Bruce tells Selina that it is done. Waller kept her word. The president signed off. No more death penalty. Life without parole instead. Selina pulls herself closer to Bruce, and Bruce says that they're gonna process her tonight, back at Blackgate, not Arkham, and he'll take her there, tonight. Selina's lips get close to his, and she asks if he'll take her, and after saying yes, she kisses him. As she pulls away, she tries to hold back a tear, and she says that she at least wants tonight. They can have her life without parole, but right here, right now, the night is like a diamond shining. She's been suspected of killing 237 individuals, which Bruce knows she didn't do. She's taking the fall for someone, though he can't prove it. So the only thing that Selina wants for her last night of freedom is him and her. He asks, "What will we do?" And he sees the bat signal shining in the sky. Moments later at the clock tower, the Clock King tells Bruce how he's been planning this night for 4 years, how tonight will be Batman's death. And as the Clock King goes on, Selina crashes through the window punching him and then turns to Bruce asking if they're done. He looks out and he sees another bat signal and he says, "Well." So the two of them go out, stopping criminals each time the signal lights up, until finally, there's no more criminals out there. But now that they have done all the things that Bruce likes to do, it's time for them to do the things that Selina likes to do. A little while later, Selina sneaks the two of them into a building holding the Victoria cat, something that was stolen 4 years ago from the Gotham Museum, and something that Bruce has been looking for ever since. Selina says that the cat is hanging by a thread, too thin to see, too thin to work on. And Bruce looks around and he mentions that this apartment is under the name Holly Robinson. Who's that? Selina plucks the cat from the string and says, "I am." She then runs past Bruce, telling him to run and jump. The two leap out of the building as the room explodes. And as they watch the fire, Selina mentions that he shouldn't worry. She owns the floors above and below, so everyone is safe. As Bruce stares at her, he asks, "Why?" She tears a hole into the cat and pulls out a small pouch. She begins to pour out a bunch of diamonds and says that when she's gone, she wants him to build an orphanage, or a dozen. She holds the diamonds out and then tosses them all around. And she says, "But first, we have to stop for a second. Stop doing what we have to do. Maybe this once, do what we'd like to do." The masks both come off, and the two of them kiss. They embrace each other passionately, and their clothing begins to get stripped away. Time passes as Bruce and Selina lay on the rooftop, talking about the first time that they met. Bruce says that it was on a boat, and Selina says that it was out on the street. Both have different stories about how they ran into each other, but there was one thing that Bruce noticed, and that was how impossibly beautiful that she was. As the two of them get up, Selina tells Bruce that she loves him, and after a few moments' hesitation, he tells her that he loves her too. They get dressed and Selina asks him what time is it, and Bruce says that it's late. As she stands up, she tells him she can see the dawn, and that's the problem with bats. They're always looking at things upside down. She turns back and tells Bruce to catch her before falling off the ledge. He runs after her, calling out to her, and as he jumps, she's nowhere to be seen. He contacts Alfred, telling him to get any information he can on Holly Robinson. This person may have information on Selina. Alfred says that he'll get any information that he can, but he assumes that she ran, and Bruce tells him, "Yeah, she ran." A short while later, a young woman sleeps in her apartment only to be woken up by the sounds of sirens going off. She shuts her window and says that everyone needs to go back to bed. And then Bruce's voice says, "Holly Robinson, where is Selina Kyle?" Before Holly has any time to react, Bruce says, "I know you and her grew up in the same orphanage and that you're her only friend. I also know that she didn't kill anyone, so I need your help in finding her." Holly waits for a moment and then she says that he's got the wrong person. She doesn't know anyone. Her name is actually Catherine. Bruce stops her, stating that he knows what she means to her and what she has done for her, but she doesn't know what she's done for him. Selina understood him. She knows who he is, and she loves him anyway. Catherine says that she has a phone that Selina gave her in case they ever needed to talk. She walks to her dresser to get the phone, and as she grabs it, she instead pulls out a knife, slashing at Bruce's throat. His body falls to the ground and blood begins to pour out. But after almost losing consciousness, he picks himself back up. He heads out, and Alfred reports that he just received an alert that Catherine Ann Turley just booked a one-way ticket to Kahndaq. The flight leaves in 30 minutes, and he should be able to stop her. As Bruce jumps, he doesn't answer, and he falls short from the ledge that he was jumping to. His body begins to fall backwards towards the ground, but before he can land, someone catches him. Moments later, Selena holds his body, telling him he's supposed to catch her. Soon, Selena sits in Wayne Manor, telling the story about Holly. Selena used to train her and teach her the ways of how to control her anger. But after her home was burned down by them, her anger took over, and Holly Robinson killed 237 people. Selena knew that that would give Holly the death penalty, so instead she did what she had to do to protect her, and she took the blame. So now, they must do what they always do. They must protect the ones close to them. And before leaving, she tells Alfred to relay a message for Bruce when he wakes. Tell him, it was the street. I'm sure of it. Alfred says that he'll gladly tell him. But what if Master Bruce wishes to respond? Selena relays the message. There are many rooftops in this city. Surely, I will be on one of them. Once Bruce heals from his injuries, he tells Alfred that she stole it. Alfred says that he isn't really sure what Bruce is talking about. After Miss Kyle left, everything is where it should be. What was it that she stole? He begins to pull his mask on and he says, the night. She stole the night. And that concludes the current chapter and the never-ending tale of the love story of Batman and Catwoman. Next up, Bane is returning for his revenge. And it's going to involve Catwoman. So what's gonna happen? Subscribe to this channel to find out yourself, or go pick up the books as they've just started to come out. Also, don't forget to give this video a like and follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Comicstorian. And I'll see you next time right here.